So Hornets end up scoring 123 points while the Pistons got 121. So Hornets, of course, taking the win here, but it was actually a beautiful night tonight. So Brandon Miller ended up scoring 8 of his career high points, 38 points in overtime, and the Charlotte Hornets hung on to beat the Detroit Pistons, right? So 123 to 121 on Thursday night. Miller was 8 for 12 from three-point range, and LaMelo Ball had 35 points and 9 assists before fouling out 1 second into OT, y'all. So at this point, it kind of seemed like they could have ended up losing, but Brandon Miller was going off that night, which was such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Detroit's Cade Cunningham had 27 points and 10 assists before leaving the game with a hip injury. So Cade Cunningham is injured, y'all. So this sucks for Detroit Pistons. Hopefully he can come back and recover and, be able to, be playing as good as he's been playing this year. So with 48 seconds remaining in regulation after being fouled by Grant Williams, Cunningham made 2 free throws before leaving the game. Ball, who had struggled with foul trouble for a while and, throughout this season, his fouls just have been, going pretty crazy, picked up 3 in the first quarter and was on the bench, right? So I don't know if this is something that needs to be, worked through with LaMelo Ball or if it's the coaches that are just calling bad fouls, but LaMelo Ball just has simply been fouling constantly. But eventually the Pistons had came back and took the lead on Cunningham's free throws, but Ball ended up tying it with a floater and Malik Beasley missed 2 short-range shots, y'all. So Ball had a chance to win the game at the end of regulation, but his floater did not fall. So a couple key takeaways here that we got for for the Pistons. Jalen Duren was a non-factor for most of the game, finishing with 5 points and 9 rebounds despite facing a Hornets team playing without centers Mark Williams and Nick Richards. So that is something to really note. So the fact that they do not have their centers and he could not play the way that he is meant to play is kind of shocking, but who knows, maybe he just was not prepared for it. But for the Hornets, though, Charlotte said Williams' foot tendon strain and Richards' rib fraction have returned. They both have returned to group and team activities, or they're getting close to returning to action. So that's pretty good for the Charlotte team because these Hornets, they're on and off. They'll have some good games and they'll have some bad games. So hopefully, with these players coming back, things can end up being right. But Miller drained his career best 8th three-pointer with 32 seconds left in overtime to give Charlotte a 6-point lead, which is just crazy, guys. And especially something even more beautiful is that Miller and Ball became the first Hornets to score 35 points in the same game in franchise history. Isn't that such a beautiful thing to accomplish? But up next, they do got the Pistons will visit Orlando Magic on Saturday night, which Orlando actually did end up playing tonight against the Lakers. And you guys will not believe who ended up winning that game. If you if you haven't seen it yet, but if you already know, then oh my goodness, that is terrible. I will be talking about it at the end of this video, but they'll be facing them on Saturday night while the Hornets travel to face Milwaukee Bucks, which, hey, honestly, we'll see who's going to end up winning that one. But in that game, LaMelo Ball had 35 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 0 blocks. Brandon Miller had 38 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block. While for Detroit, Tobias Harris had 26 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Cade Cunningham had 27 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, and 1 steal. LaMelo Ball has been averaging 28.9 points, 4.9 rebounds, 6.7 assists, while Brandon Miller has been averaging 18.6 points, 4.4 rebounds, 3.8 assists. And for Detroit, we have Tobias Harris averaging 14.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and Cade Cunningham averaging 23.5 points, 7.2 rebounds, 8.9 assists. Next game last night was Toronto versus the Wolves, and Toronto ended up getting the win 110 to 105. So RJ Barrett scored 31 points. Scotty Barnes added 17 points in his return from injury, by the way. A lot of players that do come back from injury normally don't score that high, so that was beautiful. And the Toronto Raptors won back-to-back games for the first time this season by beating the Minnesota Timberwolves, 110 to 105 on Thursday night. So Chris Boucher scored 22 points, and Jacob, I don't know how y'all pronounce it, and dang, that last name is going to get me, but y'all know what I'm talking about, had 15 points and 12 rebounds for his 4th straight double-double as the Raptors beat Minnesota and Toronto for the 20th straight time. But Anthony Edwards, of course, because we all love him, scored 21 of his 26 points in the second half, and Julius Randle added 23 for the Timberwolves. A lot of people said that Julius Randle trade was trash. I think we just need to give him some time to end up playing, and I feel like he may be beastly working besides Anthony Edwards. Though they did take the loss, they just need to eventually, get it together. But added 23 points for the Timberwolves. Edwards shot 2 for 5 in the first half, but made 7 of 15 attempts in the second half. Minnesota's Jaden McDaniels scored 22 points, and Rudy Gobert had 13 points and 11 rebounds. Minnesota has not won in Toronto since January 21st, 2004. Oh my goodness, I never knew about that. Wow. When Sam Cassell, Kevin Garnett, and Latrell were playing. That is insane, y'all. Minnesota's most recent road win over Toronto was February 14th, 2021, when the Raptors were playing in Tampa, Florida because of the border restrictions related to COVID-19. Raptors, Barnes wore protective glasses in his return after missing the past 11 games because of a right orbital fracture. He shot 5 for 11 and had 6 assists in 27 minutes, which is beautiful. Key moment. Barnes scored 6 points as Toronto used a 13-1 run to turn a 95-92 deficit into a 105-96 lead with 2 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock, guys. That is insane. Boucher started the run with a 3, and Barrett capped it with an alley-oop dunk of Grady's pass. So that is just such a beautiful thing, y'all. The Raptors went 5 for 9 at the free throw line in the first half, but made 24 of 30 attempts in the second half. But up next, Minnesota visits Boston on Sunday, and Toronto begins a 4-game road trip at Cleveland on Sunday night, which is just wild. For the Wolves, we have McDaniels scoring 22 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Then we got Randle with 23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Then you got Anthony Edwards with 26 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. While Toronto, RJ Barrett had 31 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Patelli, I'm sorry, y'all, I don't know how to pronounce that, but 15 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, which is a double-double, which is such a beautiful thing to see. Barnes with 17 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Anthony Edwards this season is averaging 27.9 points, 4.9 rebounds, 3.7 assists. And Julius Randle is averaging 21.7 points, 6.7 rebounds, 4.3 assists, while RJ Barrett on the Raptors is averaging 23.8 points, 6.5 rebounds, 6.2 assists. Got the Spurs versus the Jazz, which the Spurs end up taking it home with 126-118. So Harrison Barnes had 25 points and 10 rebounds, which is a double-double. Rookie Stephon Castle scored 18 points, and the San Antonio Spurs rallied to defeat Utah Jazz on Thursday night for their second straight win without Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama? Okay, I don't know if I said that right. Y'all let me know. But Zach Collins added 18 points, and Chris Paul had 13 points and 10 assists for San Antonio. Lauri Markkanen, I believe is how you say that as well, scored 27 points, and Keontae George added 19 for Utah, which lost its 4th straight. That is insane. When Wembanyama and Devin Vassell missed their 3rd straight game with minor knee injuries. When Wembanyama has a bruised right knee and Vassell has a sore left knee. San Antonio acting head coach Mitch Johnson said both should return really soon, which is going to be very great for this team. Hopefully Victor Wembanyama can get it together though, because I did watch a certain game. It was against the Lakers though, so I have to understand. But when he was guarding Davis, it did not look good to me. He had 11 turnovers in the second half after only 3 in the first half, which is just crazy. But San Antonio outscored Utah 75-51 in the second half. Next up, I believe the Jazz will be going against the New York Knicks, and then the Spurs have to go against Golden State, which is going to just... I can't wait to cover those games. So we got Marketing scoring 27 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. You got John Collins scoring 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. You got George scoring 19 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. And Sexton scoring 18 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal. While for the Spurs, we got Barnes scoring 25 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist. And you got Paul scoring 13 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, and 2 steals. Also, Paul ended up getting a double-double too. Castle scoring 18 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal, 1 block. And then Zach Collins scoring 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block. John Collins averaging this season 17.6 points, 8.3 rebounds, 2.6 assists. And then you got Lauri Markkanen, I'm so sorry, 18.8 points, 6.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists. For the Spurs, you got Harrison Barnes averaging 11 points, 4.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists. And then you got Chris Paul averaging 11 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 8.6 assists. Lastly, we have the Lakers versus the Magic, which this game upset me so bad because I really thought the Lakers were going to pull it off, which granted, they did lose to a game winner from Frank Wagner. But it was 119 for Magic and 118 for the Lakers. But Frank Wagner hit a go-ahead three-pointer. It was a step-back three, y'all, with 2.5 seconds to play. This game really irked me so bad. I'm not even a LeBron fan. I just know that the Lakers should have won. But Anthony Davis ended up missing his free throws, 2 free throws with 19 seconds left, and then missed an 18-foot jumper at the buzzer for the Lakers, who lost to Magic, of course, right? But Wagner scored 15 of his 37 points in the fourth quarter and added 11 assists for the Magic. I was watching JJ Redick's press conference, and he even said that he believes that it was the free throws, but that he still wants to watch the tapes back, but that he was definitely upset with the free throws. I'm telling y'all, man, I was upset as well. Jalen Suggs added 23 points, and Mortiz Wagner had a season high of 19. Davis had 39 points and 9 rebounds for the Lakers, which is great. And while LeBron James scored 14 of his 31 points in the fourth quarter, Los Angeles lost at home for the first time in 8 games, y'all. That is just such a crazy thing. Caldwell Pope missed the game for personal reasons, while Wendell Carter Jr., plantar fasciitis, I believe, which is like a foot thing, missed his 10th straight game. Paulo Banchero, oblique, is still out, and Hachimura, how do you pronounce that? See, guys, these last names. Hachimura, I believe, is out on an ankle injury and missed his 4th straight game for LA. And Bronny James, heel bruise, missed his 2nd straight. Oh, I didn't even know Bronny James was injured. Well, that's because he's in the G League. But so for the Magic, this was an impressive outing, though, of course, the Lakers still were missing some of their players. It still was it was very impressive, y'all. I still thought the Lakers should have 100% won. It should not have even been close. But, from a shorthanded team, the Orlando Magic did well. Orlando did not look tired. Wagner and Suggs they're just putting on a great performance. I'm not even gonna lie. The Magic appear to be ready to build on last season, but let's see if they can be a contender. I doubt it. But James and Davis took over down the stretch yet again, but Davis came up short in the clutch, man. I'm telling you. So James and Davis actually combined to miss 4 of 6 of their free throws, and this actually happened in the game with the Warriors. I forgot what game the Warriors or who they were playing, but it was their free throws that they were missing. I'm like, y'all, nobody is guarding you. Now the Magic are going to be going up against Detroit. They're 7-1 at home games, which is I also didn't know that's maybe the Magic could be contending. I'm not sure, but I don't know, against these big name teams. I'm not too sure about that. But they might make it, but I don't think they're going to win it, if that makes sense. But the Lakers will be going against Denver on Saturday as well. But LeBron James this season has been averaging 24 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, while Anthony Davis has been averaging 31 points, which is just so crazy for Anthony Davis. He is 31 years old, but 11 rebounds, 2 assists. And then you got Frank Wagner, Franz Wagner, sorry, I thought it said Frank. He is averaging 23.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, 5.4 assists. And then Jalen Suggs averaging 15.5 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. There were some good games going on tonight, some crazy game winners, and it was just a beautiful night, some beautiful games tonight, and I cannot wait for tomorrow. There's definitely way too much going on for me to do a game recap, but maybe I'll do it for like a split episodes. Who knows? We'll see exactly what I do.